Good morning, everybody. You know us, we know you, and let's get right into this sprint iteration. To start us off, our mascot this iteration was Sailor Moon because Valentine's Day was last week, and I love all the stuff we're doing. To get started, this iteration, I worked on some rebranding. I rebranded all of our tier 1 pages from DevOps to DevSecOps, and I worked on creating a cookie from the product site that we can see on the marketing site, so we can see which users are logged in and whatnot. That is in review right now, so I'm hoping that gets finished up today. And I will pass it off to Miguel.
Thank you, Mirko. Yeah, for this iteration, I worked on the new resources page. I'm going to share my screen real quick. So it is now live and kind of exciting. And we have this section for browsing all resources and filtering them by topic type and also languages. And yeah, we have it here, and I'll be updating the documentation on how to add new resources to the page in our marketing handbook. And yeah, that will be for me. And next is Laura.
Thank you. Yeah, this iteration, there was a navigation release. I can't take credit for it. John handled most of it, especially the one from yesterday. And then there was one the previous week as well. I also looked into some of the work that John had been doing for Swift type searching, kind of deciding if we wanted to move forward with the autocomplete feature endpoint that Swift type provides or stick with the search endpoint. So my recommendation, I posted in the issue, is to stick with the search endpoint that we're currently using. It comes with a lot more features out of the box, and it's a really great tool when it's used that way. And then lastly, I guess the biggest piece was that I worked on using demand-based to tell if a user is from enterprise or SMB or neither. So I'll share my screen here. Browser. Okay, this is local, but it's also been merged into the navigation. We just haven't released a version of the nav yet. So I'm just on a regular navigation. This would be if someone is not categorized from a particular audience and demand base. If I add audiences SMB, we didn't want to change anything visually yet. The designers will work on that, but you'll see that there's a class SMB. I can also pass it as a property on specific pieces, SMB, and then same with enterprise. You'll see it as a class on the kind of top level navigation, and you can filter that down into each piece of the navigation or the footer or whatever. And from there, we can change styles. We can change content. Well, we can have different versions of the JSON file and show different content based on which audience you're in. And yeah, I think that's mostly it for me. I will pass it over to John.
Thank you. For this iteration, I worked mostly on adding new technology partners to the technology partners page. Also, we released the new search in that and budget experience, and now it's full live. I will show it right now. Here it is. And here you can see the search, the previous search. This is in the navigation project. Continues. Continue. Okay. And you can you are redirected to the search page. This is the new search page, same styles as before, but now as a new page. And every time you change any filter, you can see here in the URL that the filter changed. So if you go out and go back, you will be in the same search as before. Oh, sorry, I don't know what. Oh, okay. This is something unexpected. I will take a look. But yes, the search is working as expected. Next thing is that I created 3 button variants for the navigation project. If we refresh the page, we can see that the Gleam button has two gleam animations before after the page is loaded, and when you go and hover it, you can see the gleam. And also we have our primary button and accent button that are also other variants. And finally, I removed some icons that has the previous brand in our Sleepers project, and that's it for me. Next one is Lauren.
Wow, team. That is awesome. Such a good iteration. On the globalization side, we are so super close to getting review apps set up with our SmartLean GDN instance. And we do have it set up for staging, but we're gonna wait on that. We had a marketing functional conversation on the 16th of February. And then we updated the Slack landing page with just a little notice at the top that says release notifications are now supported, and updated the root README for the www repository because it was very out of date. So that's going to wrap it up for the SNS group. Slayed this iteration, and that's a wrap.